Ever stood at a car dealership or browsed online, completely stumped by one simple question: petrol or diesel? It seems like such a basic choice, but dive a little deeper, and you find a whole world of conflicting advice, passionate opinions, and confusing numbers. On one hand, you hear petrol cars are zippier, cleaner, and cheaper to buy. On the other, diesel cars are praised for their incredible fuel economy and robust, long-lasting engines. So, which one is actually better? Is there a right answer? Today we're going to settle this debate once and for all. We'll break down everything you need to know, from performance and running costs to environmental impact and future value. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fuel type is the right choice for you, your wallet, and your driving style. Let's start with the thrill of the drive, performance. When you think of a car that's quick off the line, with a responsive engine that loves to rev, you're probably picturing a petrol car. And you'd be right. Petrol engines are generally lighter and designed to operate at higher RPMs, which gives them that sporty, agile feel. They deliver their power smoothly across the rev range, making them feel lively and exciting, especially in city driving or on twisty country roads. If you enjoy a more spirited driving experience, the immediate response of a petrol engine is hard to beat. Now, what about diesel? Diesel engines are a different beast altogether. They produce a huge amount of torque, which is that pulling power you feel at low speeds. This makes them fantastic for towing heavy loads, like caravans or trailers. And it also means you get a satisfying surge of acceleration without having to work the engine hard. On the motorway, a diesel car will cruise effortlessly, barely breaking a sweat even at high speeds. It feels solid, planted, and incredibly capable. So, for performance, it's not about which is better, but what you prefer. Do you want the high-revving excitement of petrol or the low-down muscular pull of diesel? Okay, let's talk about the big one, money. Which car is going to be kinder to your bank account? This is a two-part story. First, there's the upfront cost of buying the car. 9 times out of 10, a petrol car will be cheaper to buy than its direct diesel equivalent. The manufacturing process for diesel engines is more complex, involving high-pressure fuel systems and heavy-duty components, which adds to the price tag. So, if your initial budget is tight, petrol has a clear advantage, but that's only half the equation. What about the day-to-day running costs? This is where diesel traditionally shines. Diesel fuel is more energy-dense than petrol, which means you get more miles out of every single gallon. A diesel car can often go 25 to 30% further on a full tank. If you're a high-mileage driver, covering thousands of miles on the motorway each year, the fuel savings from a diesel can be massive. Over time, these savings can easily offset the higher initial purchase price. However, if you're mainly doing short trips, like the school run or popping to the shops, a modern petrol engine can be surprisingly efficient, and you might never cover enough miles to make the diesel's fuel economy pay off. Now let's get into maintenance and reliability. Historically, diesel engines have a reputation for being built like tanks. Their robust construction, designed to handle high compression, often means they can last for hundreds of thousands of miles with proper care. They have fewer high-voltage electrical components like spark plugs, which can mean fewer things to go wrong. This is why you see so many diesel engines in trucks and commercial vehicles. They are built to work hard and keep going. However, modern diesel engines are not so simple. They are fitted with complex emissions control systems like diesel particulate filters, or DPFs, and AdBlue systems. These are brilliant for cleaning up the exhaust, but they can cause problems if not maintained correctly. The DPF, for instance, needs regular long runs at high speed to clean itself out. If you only do short, stop-start city driving, the filter can get clogged, leading to a warning light on your dashboard and a potentially very expensive repair bill. Petrol cars, on the other hand, have traditionally been seen as having more straightforward maintenance. But they have their own complexities too, especially with modern direct injection and turbocharged engines. In the end, reliability for both types really comes down to how well the car is looked after. Regular servicing is key, no matter what fuel it uses. For diesel owners, it's also crucial to understand the needs of your car's emission system and make sure you're driving it in a way that keeps it healthy. Let's tackle the environmental elephant in the room. For years, diesel was promoted as the green choice. Governments even offered tax incentives to encourage people to buy diesel cars. Why? Because they produce less carbon dioxide, or CO2, which is the main greenhouse gas responsible for climate change. Because you burn less fuel to go the same distance, your CO2 emissions are lower. It seemed like a win-win. But then, the script flipped. Scientists and the public became more aware of other harmful pollutants, specifically nitrogen oxides, or NOx, and particulate matter, which is like microscopic soot. These pollutants have a direct impact on air quality and our health, especially in urban areas. Older diesel cars were particularly bad offenders. This led to a huge backlash, with cities around the world introducing clean air zones or ultra-low emission zones that charge older diesel vehicles a daily fee to enter. Now, it's important to be fair. The latest generation of diesel cars, those that meet the Euro 6 emissions standard, are incredibly clean. They use sophisticated filter systems and AdBlue technology to scrub almost all of the harmful NOx and particulates from their exhaust. In fact, a brand new Euro 6 diesel can be cleaner in terms of local air pollutants than some petrol cars. So the dirty diesel label isn't entirely fair for new models, but the stigma remains, and it's something you have to consider. So, where does that leave us? What does the future hold for petrol and diesel? It's clear that the direction of travel for the entire automotive industry is towards electrification. Hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and fully electric cars are the future. Many governments have announced plans to ban the sale of new petrol and diesel cars entirely, with deadlines as early as 2030 in some countries. This has a huge impact on your decision today. If you buy a new petrol or diesel car now, what will it be worth in 5 or 10 years? This is called depreciation. The value of used diesel cars has already taken a hit due to the negative press and the threat of city centre charges. This trend is likely to continue, meaning a diesel car might lose its value faster than a petrol equivalent. Petrol cars seem to be in a slightly safer position for now, and petrol hybrids are seen as a great transitional technology. But ultimately, the long-term resale value of any internal combustion engine car is uncertain. This is perhaps the biggest risk you take when buying a new car today. You're not just buying a mode of transport, you're making a financial investment in a rapidly changing world. So, after all that, we come back to the original question. What should you buy? Let's try to build a clear profile for each fuel type. You should seriously consider a diesel car if you are a high-mileage driver. If your daily life involves long motorway commutes, or you regularly travel long distances across the country, a diesel is made for you. The effortless cruising ability and fantastic fuel economy will save you a lot of money and make those long journeys more relaxing. It's also the best choice if you need to tow anything heavy. The immense torque of a diesel engine makes pulling a caravan, a horsebox, or a large trailer feel safe and easy. Just be sure you are buying a modern Euro 6 compliant model to avoid any issues with clean air zones, and be prepared for the potential of higher depreciation. Now, who should be looking at a petrol car? A petrol car is the ideal choice for the majority of people, especially if you live in a town or city. If your driving consists mainly of shorter trips, the school run, the weekly shop, visiting friends locally, a petrol car is perfect. The engine will warm up quickly, you won't have to worry about clogging up a particulate filter, and the car itself will likely be cheaper to buy and insure. They are also great fun to drive if you enjoy a more responsive and zippy experience. Modern small-capacity turbocharged petrol engines are also surprisingly economical, closing the gap on diesel more than ever before. To sum it all up, there is no single best car. The right choice depends entirely on you. Don't listen to the person in the pub who says diesel is dead, or the friend who swears petrol is the only way to go. You need to be honest with yourself about your own circumstances. Get out a piece of paper and write down your answers to these questions. First, how many miles do you drive per year? If it's over 15,000 miles, predominantly on motorways, diesel is a strong contender. If it's under 10,000 miles, with lots of short trips, petrol is almost certainly the smarter buy. Second, what kind of driving do you do? Is it mostly stop-start city traffic or open-road cruising? Third, What's your budget, not just for the purchase, but for fuel, tax, and maintenance over the next few years? And finally, how concerned are you about future resale value and potential government regulations? By answering these questions honestly, the right choice for you will become much clearer. The debate isn't really petrol versus diesel. It's about matching the right engine technology to your personal lifestyle. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this deep dive has helped clear up the confusion and given you the confidence to make the right choice for your next car. It's a big decision, so take your time and weigh up all the pros and cons we've talked about today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more straightforward car advice. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are you Team Petrol or Team Diesel, and why? Let us know what you drive or what you're planning to buy next. Safe driving, and we'll see you in the next one.